Order! Order in the courtroom! This completely shatters the defense's argument. No, my contradiction. But the fact still remains that Orla nearly killed Dr. Krabs' sleeping drug. Was nearly killed.
Objection!
But aren't you forgetting one important question? When was the sleeping drug given to the orca? You're right. That hasn't been discussed yet, has it? The orca pool is the scene of the murder. The police were there all day yesterday. The only way to give the drug to the orca undetected is to put it in her food. You don't say. Isn't Marlon Rhymes the caretaker of the food? Yesterday, someone gave the orca food during the trial. Someone did? I'm afraid I don't remember that. Yeah, who did that? You don't remember? You're not that old yet, are you? It was the defendant. Sasha Buckler! What? No! No! When I think of someone feeding, food, I think of Mr. Marlon that freaking throws food everywhere. Ah! So that is the orca that stands accused, is it? Aw, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on. Orla, wish Phoenix and Athena luck. So your argument is that Miss Buckler is the one who gave the orca the drug. The prosecution's argument hasn't changed. Buckler made the victim fall to his death and then manipulated the orca to pin it on her. Still not satisfied, she further planned to kill the orca with the sleeping drug. That's a bunch of bullcrap. Seriously, why the hell would she want to try to get the... Why would she want us to defend the orca only to kill the orca in the middle of the trial or something? That's a stupid freaking... No! I didn't hear any reports of Dr. Crab feeding Orla. Maybe he didn't have a hand in Orla's attempted murder after all. But is there anybody else who could have fed Orla besides Sasha? If it's true the defendant is the one who fed the sleeping drug to the orca, then that places even more suspicion on her than ever.
Objection!
Objection! With all those letters coming across the screen. The defense objects to the prosecution's claims. Well, well. You still haven't admitted defeat? Prosecutor Blackquill, I don't appreciate the way you only mention the parts that are convenient to you. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? The prosecutor failed to mention that Miss Buckler wasn't the only one who fed Orla. As you will recall, there was another person who gave Orla food. Oh, you mean that person? Yes, that person. Should frickin' wonder. I wonder. I should point her fingers at her for saying that. That person. Looks like Athena remembers now too. No, she doesn't. She just said that person, not saying who. No one says that person in court or anything. Oh, you mean that person? Congrats, Sasha. This is to celebrate. Eat it all up. Jeez. Oh, Mr. Wright. No. I don't want to believe it either, but we can't ignore the truth. The other person who fed Orla during the trial was... It was you! That's who it was! I don't remember that person feeding the orca. Oops! Finger slipped! You'll receive a penalty for that, Mr. Wright. Okay, the only other person that could do it was Marlon. Please recall when Orla was found not guilty yesterday, Marlon Rhymes gave the orca a large quantity of food. If the sleeping drug was mixed in with that food, it could be given to the orca without arousing police suspicion. Now that you mention it, I do remember that flip-flopper feeding the orca. That flip-flopper. So you remembered, did you? Oh, so you knew and you didn't speak up? Man, talk about really pointing fingers at you for only talking about convenient things. I see the time for a true sword fight has come. I call Marlon Rhymes to the stand! And there's no hiding this time, Marlon. Mr. Lawyer. Both Miss Orca Lover and Marlon Rhymes are important members of our crew. I don't want to suspect either of them, but I'm ready to accept whatever truth you find. Wow, talk about some deep words with frickin' Crab. Here, take this. That charm! It's the charm that matches the one Azura Summers had, isn't it? So you and Miss Summers were romantically involved, weren't you, Dr. Crab? What? No, of course not. Sorry to disappoint you, but this doesn't belong to me. At the time, I thought it was Azura's, so I grabbed it. But it wasn't hers. Now it's up to you, Mr. Lawyer, to figure out whose charm is it. I will. Thank you, Dr. Crab. After all, I'm interested in the outcome of this trial, too. Now then, please summon Marlon Rhymes to the witness stand. Ooh, things are gonna get, mad around here. What's going on? What's everyone making that face for? I haven't been watching the trial, and nobody's told me anything. Marlon Rhymes, you are under suspicion for the attempted murder of the orca. I see. Well, if it's out already out. Mr. Rhymes? Is he really going to admit it? Fine. I'll tell the truth. The truth? The whole truth? And nothing but the truth. Sasha's lying to protect that orca. At 3:30 a.m. on the 20th, there was still water in the orca pool. The incident happened before the orca was moved to the show pool. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam down on the water. So I thought the orca should pay the consequences. Now we're back to the orca again? I did not see that testimony coming. Now wait just 1 minute. Yesterday Orla was proven innocent, and there's laws stating that you cannot try anyone, including whales probably, to the exact same incident over again. Orla's been proven innocent. There's nothing you can say or do that'll hurt her. Besides, you said Orla was in the show pool during the cleaning. I didn't want to sell out Sasha. That's why I didn't tell the truth. But the fact is, all three of us, Sasha, the captain, and me, were cleaning the pool room. But Dr. Crab and Miss Buckler both said you were at the show stage. Well, the only thing Dr. Crab knew about the cleaning was what I told him. I didn't give him a whole lot of details either. Maybe he misunderstood. And Sasha's lying to protect the orca. She can't tell the truth. Sasha put blood on the skull rock herself to make a fake blood stain. What? I think it's pretty brave of her to let herself get arrested to protect the orca. What? That doesn't even make any sense! Mr. Rhymes, how can you lie like that? It's the truth, yo. Besides, wouldn't it be better for you if I wasn't lying? If the orca did it, you win your case. What? This is all very hard to believe. You're telling me, Judge. But if Mr. Rhymes' story is true, Miss Buckler would be innocent and the orca would be the killer whale. Meaning if we turned our backs on Orla, we could save Sasha? Having a witness live to save your own client? What a dirty, underhanded tactic, right, Dono? Objection! Objection! Yesterday, the defense proved Orla was not guilty. We have no intention of going back on our assertions now. What are you saying, Mr. Wright? All you gotta do is admit the orca did it, and Sasha goes free. Isn't a lawyer supposed to act in his client's best interest? What did we learn in this entire game? Like, on the non-DLC part. Not on this part, but just the non-DLC part. That we're looking for the truth. That's what we're looking for. We're not going to do that. But that wouldn't be acting in her interest. Miss Buckler believes Orla is innocent. And we, of course, believe that Miss Buckler herself is innocent too. Acting in the client's best interest is an important part of our job as lawyers. Using dirty means to win a verdict would destroy our client's faith in us. That's right! We believe in both Miss Buckler and Orla's innocence. Huh? I just don't understand how you can treat a human and an orca equally. Sasha or the orca, you can only save one of them. Ha ha ha! I don't know about that. I think I can save them both. All I have to do is disprove your testimony. Oh yeah? Then go ahead and try. I will do just that. If I can't tear down his testimony, I won't be able to save both of them. I have to find a weak point and start tearing. Sasha's lying to protect hold it! What exactly do you claim Miss Buckler is lying about? Sasha put that bloodstain on the skull rock and stuff herself as false evidence. She left fake traces to try and save that orca.
Objection!
Witness, if you keep talking nonsense, I will seal your mouth. Shut. The defense supports the prosecution's idea, actually. But Mr. Wright, my testimony helps your client. You ought to be happy. I want to save both Orla and Miss Buckler. I won't accept anything less. Now that that's understood, please continue with your crappy testimony. Fine. At 3:30 a.m. on the 20th, there was still water in the Hold it! When the victim was killed, how much water was in the pool? It was before the pool was drained for cleaning, so it was full. You went into the orca pool room and saw this yourself? Dr. Krabs said that you were at the show stage.
Objection!
But it's possible that Dr. Crab was misinformed, or that he misunderstood. The witness already explained this. Why are you taking this meaningless tack? If you want to play games, Taka here would be more than happy to play with you. We'd better be careful how we press the witness. Taka is watching us like a hawk. Taka is a hawk. Witness, continue. The incident happened before the orca was moved to the show pool. Hold it! So you're saying the incident took place before the cleaning began? Yeah, I guess so. The captain, Sasha, and I were gonna do the cleaning together. It's much more efficient than trying to have just one person do it alone. In the defense's case, however, more lawyers means simply more lawyers, nothing more. What? You're one to talk. All you have on your side is a cantankerous bird. What about me? I'm up here all alone. Are you people done? Humph. You need the witness to keep you focused. For shame, right, Dono? For shame. Hey! I was the only one who kept my mouth shut! Anyway, the incident happened in the orca pool room before the cleaning got started. Orla would kill the captain by bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam down on the water. I think that's where I pointed out, but hold it! Can an orca even do that? Send a person flying up into the air like that? Yep, of course. I've seen the orcas bashing seals 60 feet into the air. So naturally, Orla could do that to the captain too. What a frightening thought! And you mention it so casually, Mr. Rhymes. Well, what else can I say? It's the truth. Mr. Rhymes is claiming that Orla killed the victim by sending him flying into the air. But would something like that even be possible in the orca pool room? There's something about that statement that bothers me. Yeah, it kind of bothers me too, Phoenix, don't worry. And so you witnessed the moment the victim was killed by the orca. Is that right? Exactly. So I thought the orca should pay the consequences. Hold it. And that's why you put the sleeping drug in Orla's food. Ahoy, yo, 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 ho, ho! Sasha could be found guilty if we let her be, but if the Orca died, Sasha could go free. I thought if the Orca was already dead, Sasha might tell the truth and free herself. It might seem cruel, but a man killing animals has to be put down. The culprit must have tried to do away with Orla because she was a witness to the crime. But if Mr. Rhymes is the culprit, why would he try to protect Sasha? I'm sensing some very complex emotions from Mr. Rhymes. I need more information before I can do a proper analysis. If I'm going to tear down his testimony, then I guess I have to present evidence. Of course we don't believe Mr. Rhymes' testimony, but he's suggesting the murder took place in the Orca pool. Unless we can disprove that, we won't be able to save both Orla and Sasha. Cause of death, concussion from head trauma. Thought to be from 65-foot fall into pool, bruised all over. Ceiling to pool bottom is 100 feet. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam down on the water. Wouldn't the room need to be a lot bigger than that? Objection! When lies are piled on top of each other, contradictions start to emerge. This time is no different. Are you saying there's some kind of inconsistency in my testimony? That's exactly what I'm saying. You claim the victim was sent flying about 30 feet into the air. But the autopsy report states the cause of death was thought to be from a 65-foot fall. Not to mention the fact that the floor to the ceiling is like, wow. What? Additionally, in your testimony a moment ago, you said at 3:30 a.m. on the 20th, there was still water in the Orca pool. The pool is about 65 feet deep, and there's about 30 feet between the water and the ceiling. If the pool was full of water as you claimed, it would be impossible for the victim to fall about 65 feet, as the autopsy states. Ah! Yeah, that's right. Seriously, Mr. Rhymes claimed he was in the Orca pool room so he could make these statements. But the truth must be he was at the show stage, just as Dr. Crab and Sasha testified. I believe that brings us back around to the Orca didn't do it statement. I didn't believe the witness's testimony from the outset. I didn't either! I am grateful to you, Wright Dono, for shutting the witness up, as I thought the only person who could have killed the victim is Sasha Buckler. That fact still remains, whether the witness was the one who tried to kill the Orca or not. Son of a gun! Mr. Rhymes was right about one thing. His testimony was advantageous to our case, but pointing out the contradiction in his statement will only drive us into a corner. As Prosecutor Blackwell said, suspicion against Miss Buckler is now deepened. Uh-oh. If I don't do something fast, the judge is going to find Sasha guilty! Because he's leaning, like, towards ending this trial, like, now. Mr. Wright! Isn't there anything we can do? There has to be a way to prove Sasha's innocent! At a time like this, the thing to do is to turn my thinking around. Instead of trying to prove that Sasha couldn't have done it, I have to think about what made it possible for somebody else to have done it. As long as the crime scene is the Orca pool room, then Sasha is the only one who could have committed the crime. No need for pity, your baldness. Just finish him off with a swift verdict. It appears the defense has no objections. Whoa, 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 whoa! Very well. I will give my hold it! Hold it! Your Honor, please hold off on that verdict. But you are so quiet, Mr. Wright. Do you have something to say now? I was thinking! I can't think for a second? The defense has a counter-argument. You do? Humph. Pitiful. Such desperation. You look pale. Are you sure you're prepared to make this counter-argument? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. I'll never forget those words, no matter how many years go by. Even though it's probably just a bluff, I'll give it to them with a smile. What if the scene of the crime was somewhere else? The scene of the crime? Somewhere else? What? You're finding fault with the police investigation now? As I understand, the prosecution's argument is as follows. The scene of the crime was the Orca pool room. Only the defendant and victim entered that room when there was no water in the pool. Therefore, only the defendant could have committed the crime. That is correct. But if the scene of the crime was not the Orca pool room, then somebody other than the defendant could have committed the crime.